I am Gino Astorita.
And tell me about Bat City Toys.
Yeah, so Bat City Toys was started from a love of toys from my childhood on, and I just started my own collection. And one day I looked at my wife and I said, boy, I've got so much here, one day I'm going to have to start a store. And I realized that, city of Austin is one of the few places in the state of Texas that didn't have a store of its own like this. Hence the name Bat City. I wanted to really tie it to Austin. And, just have a place where collectors like myself can come and enjoy these toys, buy, sell, and trade, and not be left out, if you will, of the fun of this kind of collecting.
Tell me about the location. Say something like we're located off of.
Yeah, we're located off of West Parmer Lane in northern Austin, and the idea about being here is to try to be as central to the city as we could, so everybody could join us, and we're looking to expand out from here. So
cool. And tell me about the first toy that got you into collecting.
Even before the toys, what got me into collecting was Star Wars itself. I 5 years old, I went to go see Return of the Jedi with my dad, and I just fell in love with Star Wars, and the first toys I remember getting were Star Wars toys. And it's just grown from there. All the different lines and the things that blew up out of the 1980s were just some of the coolest stories and the coolest toys I ever remembered. And so wanted to collect them all, and found out there's a bunch of guys like me that are into the same thing, girls too, yeah.
Do you remember your first toy ever?
The first one I remember getting was the mail-in Chewbacca. In the mail, like before they even started producing them, they sold the little cards, and then you got the toy in the mail. And I remember one day my dad said, hey, go check the mail. I'm pretty sure he knew it was in there. And went and grabbed it, and there was Chewbacca, and I remember it, like yesterday, just that coolness of that new toy coming in the mail to me.
Awesome. Give us hey, make sure you come by and check us out. Bat City Toys, we're officially open, and I guarantee you'll say, I had that, or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so come on down to Bat City Toys, check it out, find toys you used to have, toys you always wanted to have, toys that you got to have now. If we don't got it, we'll find it for you, and if you've got some you want to sell or trade, let's talk about that too.
See you soon.
See you soon.
Great. Now you want to show us around a little bit?
Sure, yeah. So we try to set everything up in little sections. So towards the front, most of our Transformers, we got our Transformer niche over there. As you pan right, you'll see we have our DC collection, our Marvel collection, and our Spawn collection. So a big line of the comic-based toys. Up in the front, some of the stuff that is kind of unique to the 1980s with the Boglins. Complete set of the Star Trek The Next Generation, Aliens, Predator, and you'll see tried and true brands that you grew up with, like Hot Wheels from Mattel, Masters of the Universe, G.I. Joe, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, all the biggins from the era. So Turtles are kind of middle of the aisle, and then there's two there as well. And we run the gambit from the vintage to the new Origins and Masterverse that have come out for Masters of the Universe. We've also got ladies' toys, girls' toys too. Anything that you could think of from the 1970s, 80s, and early 90s, we tried to pull together in our collection, give people a selection. And it's new and used, right? So a lot of new stuff that's come out that I just think is amazing and awesome, and I want to share with folks too and get them exposed to know that they're out there.
What you got here?
So over here, some of the coolest stuff from the Transformers. Being a kid of the 1980s, big thing to me was Transformers the movie. So we've got everything from the new movies to the original animated based movie, and many of the characters that made that movie possible in this first tier. And then the second tier are what we call some of the Titan figures, and these two Titans are hard to find. This is a Japanese Takara Tomy version of this character. And then this one I've actually put together with several custom kits. There's different custom kits that are out there. A lot of people don't know about those, but you can upgrade your toys, imagine, in this day and age. And so we've done some of that with some of these, and we can also help you out with that here at Bat City. The next aisle is dedicated to our Masters of the Universe, all the way back to the vintage. Every single one of these toys well taken care of, lightly played with. A big part of this collection is from Carlos Sumida, who is actually a movie producer and director right here out of Austin. So he and I kind of met up in our love of toys, and so this is my artistic display and based on his stuff. This whole next collection is dedicated to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So here's the original line by Playmates. One of the grand pieces that we've got, very proud to have, is a complete Technodrome. One of the harder and more valuable pieces in the line we've got here at Bat City Toys, as well as nearly every Playmates character that we could identify through the early 90s. I've even got some in the case that are still in package, mint. Really proud of those. And you'll probably find your favorite character somewhere in here. And across the top,
Who's your favorite character?
my favorite character is Donatello. I'm a huge fan of Donatello. My brother and I, we grew up with the Ninja Turtles, and you know, I was always Donatello, he was always Raphael. Cousins would come over and play, so it was great.
He does machines.
He does machines, right? And across the top is NECA's version, NECA. They've done all sorts of movie characters. These are based strictly on the comics and really comic accurate, really collectible, posable, to the point where they're not really considered toys, they're considered statues of these characters in this brand.
I see. Don't let me cut you short on your.
Yeah, no, that's good. And then here we've got just some of the G.I. Joe collection out of the box that we've collected. We try to bring some large pieces for folks to enjoy. Obviously, we've got some room to grow, but that bottom piece there is the whale. You can see Sergeant Slaughter, Roadblock, some of the key original characters from G.I. Joe. And you know, they really launched the 3 3/4 size. I know people think of that with Kenner too, but Hasbro in the reinvention of G.I. Joe. Yeah. And then Mask. You know, Mask is one of my personal favorite because I think it was a great cross between things like Transformers and G.I. Joes, and you know, it just brought everything together, a lot of imagination with the Mask line.
My big thing was figures that had masks.
Yeah.
You know, I just
The playability of that was great. No weapons, right? They had masks that did things.
That's it.
And this Rhino was the first piece I ever collected as a kid. Absolutely loved big rigs, big Optimus Prime fan, huge Rhino fan as well. And then small collection of Thundercats. We're trying to expand on that, so we'll be looking for folks to bring those in. But everything on the bottom, almost all those characters are original.
I have
Right.
Is
Yeah.
that a recover?
No, this is the original Mumra's tomb,
Okay.
and it still has that functionality. So you put the Rat Mumra on the front, the Transform Mumra in the back. You roll it with a little wheel in the back, and you open the door, and he's transformed. Yeah.
Yeah, so, okay. I guess we did have this as kids, and we had Mumra on.
Yeah.
But what I still have at home is the original.
The mummy version of it. Yep. Yep.
I met Larry Kinney at Great
Oh, did ya?
This past weekend, man.
Oh.
Super humble, super nice guy.
Awesome.
Anyways,
Yeah, no, we're still good. Still got a few more minutes, and then so this is really kind of a jewel in my collection, and this is just coming to my life recently. Is a lot of the original Lion Force Voltron stuff, few Godzilla, and then absolutely love the Silverhawks that we've got here. First run, both on the goodies and the baddies, and we still have Windhammer in his package back there. And he's a very sought-after character. The only one that never had a Hawk affiliated with him, but one of the first original line of the bad guys. And I'm a huge Todd McFarlane fan, both of his art, his comics, and his toys. So we will always carry McFarlane toys here, especially the DC Multiverse.
did you like the HBO series?
I watched the HBO series back in the day, the Mac, Spawn. I mean, it just the storylines are fun for me too. More so than reading comic books necessarily, but like seeing what comes out of those. And so we have a lot of things closed and open. Yeah, that's original series stuff there. And then these are some of the more valuable from the DC Multiverse line, a little harder to find.
I love your Alf. Love your big bird.
Yeah, so that's this backdrop is kind of an homage to my childhood and what it was like to be a kid in the late '70s, early '80s. Got an original He-Man lunchbox back there, and it's, yeah. So your life as a kid, your cereal and your cereal bowl, right? Your lunchbox and your lunch, and your toys, man. That was life in the '80s. It was awesome as a kid. Yeah.
Sort of Eternia and Skeletor sword.
Yeah.
It's great.
Which actually I picked those up from the Renaissance Fair out here in the Texas Renaissance Festival. A gentleman was putting those together, and so those amongst all these medieval swords, and those were the ones I gravitated to. So picked those up.